Okay. I wanted to make an in-depth video, but I'm not going to bother with that because I'm just too pissed off with this situation. So I thought, this isn't going to be one of those times where I do that. So, Mikis Theodorakis, whatever your motivations are, of course, for being a raving anti-Semite, you're still a raving anti-Semite. You still are very hateful of Israel. The Greek peace process should go forward. And with jackasses like yourself trying to derail it, not only are you're going to make Greece look like shit. And by the way, all you fuckers who've been doing this anti-Semitic shit, all you people who've been doing all this stuff against minorities, Astore Malakis. Why? Why are you doing this? Are you so disenfranchised with Greece's economic situation that you need to blame others for it? This is the same kind of bullshit the Klan pulls. You want somebody gone from your country? I'll tell you who needs to fucking go. Anybody who's with the Klan, anybody who's with the neo-Nazis, any fucking skinheads in Greece, anybody who is for this anti-immigration, who's anti-Semitic, any of those people, anybody who's hateful has no fucking place in Greece, in my opinion. If I were president of Greece, I'd be getting rid of those groups. And I would be cracking down on them with harsh penalties. Of course, also, if I were president of Greece, I wouldn't be stealing the fucking money from the public either. I have issues with the government too, but I wouldn't be... I don't understand why people are taking to the streets, being extremely violent, and when the police show up, they're, to throw some tear gas to subdue a violent situation, they're throwing fucking Molotov cocktails. Civilized human beings don't act this way. Animals do. And so, when you do this, all Greeks who do this, you're fucking animals. You're animals. You're not civilized. And it makes me sick and ashamed. I would say the same of Mikis Theodorakis. How fucking dare you? How dare you drag Greece's... How dare you drag Allah's reputation down through the shitter, down through the sewer? Who the fuck do you think you are when you're doing this? Again, I think the hate groups should be gone. And anybody who's gonna pull shit like this should be in prison. I'm just gonna say, I live in Canada. We have Stephen Harper. I don't exactly agree with the man. In fact, I think he's so full of shit that he could qualify as a toilet. The last thing I would be doing is inciting violence just because I don't like him. The last thing I would be doing is throwing Molotov fucking cocktails at police just because of some income tax thing. By the way, Greece, you're on one hand you're bitching about the fact that you're bankrupt, but on the other hand you're not paying a goddamn income tax like the rest of the world. And of course, government's not really set up the way it should be. There's no accountability for the politicians who are taking kickbacks. So what? Some loudmouth comes along, and he gives the easy answer. He blames Jewish people. Well, someone else did that. His name was Adolf Hitler. And he was just as full of shit as Mikis Theodorakis is. And people in Greece really need to get your fucking heads on straight. You need to start being rational. Now, I'm not talking to the I'm not talking to the people who just go about, they mind their fucking business, and they try and live their lives the best they can in the middle of an economic crisis. I'm talking about the loudmouth malakas, who are pretty much shitting all over their country. They're shitting. People like Theodorakis who are shitting on Greece, in extension, by pissing all over Israel. How fucking dare you? I'm not ashamed of all Greek people. I'm ashamed of the racist scumbags, of the anti-Semitic shitheads who call themselves Greek. This is bullshit and it has to end. I'm saying I'm an important person, obviously. But what I'm saying is Allah, it's the land of the light. So why don't you fucking act enlightened? Your motore malakis. Okay. Now that I'm done basically tearing all the hateful assholes, and they know who they are, the ones that live in Greece, a new asshole, or at least as best as I can, I would like to make the following statement to Benjamin Netanyahu. Mikis Theodorakis is full of shit, and considering he's probably going to apologize about the same time that you received snow in Tel Aviv, I'd like to apologize for him. I had nothing to do with his remarks. I don't agree with a single goddamn one of them. And yet still, as a fellow Greek, I am very sorry for what he said. Because when he said that disrespectful and hateful tirade, he basically said that Greece should and does tolerate this kind of shit from people. And I think that you should be demanding an apology from both the president of Greece and from Theodorakis himself. I wouldn't put up with that kind of shit. And as I've said, I'm not putting up with it. I think Greek people need to smarten the fuck up and stop blaming everybody else for problems. So anyway, if this is ever heard by anybody in Israel, or even Prime Minister Netanyahu yourself, again, on behalf of that bastard, Theodorakis, would like to say, I'm sorry for his shameful actions. Okay. Now that I've gotten that part off of my chest, gonna go on to my secondary thing. Not just talking about the political situation in Greece and Israel, although, if by chance Netanyahu is watching this, it's your call whether or not you want to watch the rest of this. This doesn't have to do with Greece or Israel. It has to do with Lady Gaga. And, well, she's come out with a really disturbing perfume. It creeps me out, even. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, FYI, before I go into that, Theodorakis, I don't think many people would miss him if he had an accident. Hint, hint, Mossad, Mossad. Okay. Lady Gaga has come out with a really disturbing fragrance called Monster, which I think is rather appropriate because it's a fucking monster smell, apparently. Pardon my Klingon. Yeah, basically she's hoping to combine the whole essence of male love juice and blood. And I thought, I'm sorry, a perfume for a woman. Yeah, no thanks. No fucking thanks. No. I'm the kind of person who, if I smelled that kind of stench coming from a woman, my first thought would not be, I want that one. And if she were to hit on me, I'd say, yeah, take a goddamn shower first. Seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? You smell like a fucking orgy with some S&M and... Really, Lady Gaga needs to be talked out of this. I think she might be going down the Charlie Sheen route a little. Maybe it was inspired by Charlie Sheen. I don't want to know. It creeps me out. So anyway, I thought I would, introduce something that was a little less critical into this, because I do have a rather twisted sense of humor. And speaking of which, I'm a big fan of Sarah Silverman. Had nothing to do with this video, but I just thought about it on the random. So anyway, I hope that everybody has a good day, and I don't get too many flaming hate comments from Greece. And if I do, that I get at least a couple of thumbs up from Israel. Seriously. I say what's on my mind, and I understand there's haters all around the world, because this is fucking the internet. So, really, all joking aside, which, the last part of this segment from the moment I mentioned Lady Gaga on has gonna been jokey. Although her fragrance is not a friggin' joke, unfortunately. It's a joke to me, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so I'm looking forward to all comments and feedback and people's all-around opinion, because I love the internet. Alright, my friends. Peloponnakos is out now. Yes.